is the staff. The staff is the symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps us find the right course of action. You know, when you find yourself that sweet spot, being in the middle, and it is helping us to rebalance, or at the very least to maintain our balance after we begin walking in that right direction. Every beginning is kind of like slow, and it's very, very difficult for us to know if we are doing the right thing. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things, and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. So how to let go of the staff? How to really deal with this difficulty? So you're probably caught in some kind of like balance obtaining kind of situation. Maybe you found yourself between opposing forces, or between masculine and feminine, or between action and non-action, between two people, between two jobs, between two family members. Use this to your advantage, as there can be no day without night, and no low without high. And it cannot be no lie or wrong without right. So this is the time to take corrective action, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed or repaired. Let destiny take its course, nudging you slightly along. This is getting us into Pachamama. This thing really needs to die. So she actually represents the unconditional love, like unconditional love that Earth has for all her children, including the stones, the plants, animals, humans. That's the goddess of the earth. So she also carries with herself the joy and pain that we taste during our brief time on this planet, during the karma that we want to live, during that engagement, action, adventure that we have signed for. So it needs to die. So you still believe that you have been cast out of the Garden of Eden. You believe that the forces and things and people are against you, that you may be motherless and that you are homeless. You suppose that you need to work very hard to survive or thrive. It's time to stop suffering. Let go of that old myth and realize you have been given the garden to rejoice and to become in steward. Honor your life and just say to yourself, I belong. Lower world is holding the hidden treasures of humanity. It's that place of darkness, but we can find the disowned parts. It's almost like you stripped bare your soul. You said, it's okay, I'm needy, I want this, I crave this, I wish I had it. I wish I had the father who loved me. I wish I had mother who loved me. I wish my husband, my boyfriend, and my wife, my girlfriend, is there for me. We all have been there. We are missing just a little part. We are using the words such as twin flame, soulmates, not realizing that one stream that we need to fix is us. So now, the wisdom that we really need to do and acquire is, it's time to unearth your hidden treasures. Do not make yourself small in order for others to like or accept you. Bring out the gems and precious stones that you have kept inside of your heart. They are even hidden from yourself. It is time to honor your past and recast your life as a heroic quest. As you journey into the lower world, you will be offered all the gifts of your ancestors, their struggles, the way they hurt, the way they lived, and the way they died. And all of these things will become blessings. You're finally coming to your destiny. The reason why you have taken this reading and this path to get to somewhere where you really need to be. We're arriving to the smoky mirror. When this symbol arrives, you're invited to see beyond your own self. You need to acknowledge that. You need to pass the limits of your current ability to perceive and realize that we are living in a very interconnected world where events are orchestrated in divine order. Now it is time to trust, no matter what your current condition is, no matter what the world reflects back on you. You need to celebrate the beauty, you need to celebrate the darkness, the misery, and the courage. No matter where you are right now on your journey, know that some things are meant to be a mystery, which you are meant to understand through experience. So you need to take heart, for the smoky mirror will ultimately show you the beauty and wonder once the fog lifts distortion that you see now. The extended reading. Thank you for being here, and thank you for choosing this. We're going to find more about you and more what you need to know. She'll put it reversed and then show you this later. This one wants to come out as well. Huh? Interesting. Oopsie. For the things that we need to look into that and discard, this is giving me the clue why right now you need to get this message. An unwise choice. There is a better way that will make you happier. Avoid people who lack integrity or who have questionable initiatives or motives. This is really, really important, especially if you are some form of a gambler. Remember, the staff was the card underneath this one. The staff is what guides us, but maybe we have been misguided up to this point. Maybe somebody convinced us that their way is the right way. Many of us work in the corporate world. The corporate world tell us, oh, look at me, you just need to be richer and richer and higher. And we are following this because we have been brought up to believe, hey, follow the money god, money god, money god. But that's a false god. If you're not living who you're supposed to be, a mother, a father, a sister, a friend, confident, caregiver, lover, femme fatale, entrepreneur, person extraordinaire, then you're not being authentic. That God is never going to reward you because you're only a slave. You are not living who you should be, who you should contribute, why you came here to live this life. And this is why you need to decide right now there's like something that you need to do to go in the right direction. And clearly, something is holding you down and preventing you from this awakening. It's something that you really need to do. Maybe you need to take a temporary step away from the people, from the things. It says an awakening where you see things in whole new light. Something obscured your vision. Something obscured your way. You need to figure out how and where you're going. Look at that. In this picture, we have the red, no go, and we have a green, go. But interesting because the card was reversed. It almost looks like he's some kind of like musical and singing like la 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 la. It's basically distracting us. Or maybe it's a message for you. This is what you need to do. Maybe you always like to entertain. Maybe you when you let your hair down, you're like the one with your friends and with the people who surround you. Like you flourish. That's who you are. When it comes to work, you shrink. You go inside, you fall. You're saying, well, I just wear the short pants and I'm wet behind my ears and I don't know if I'm doing this well. There's like the little voice inside of you. But what is really interesting to me also is that another one with this halo, with this awareness that is now completely born, is going down. It's going to that underworld, to this lower world where we really need to be. And talking about the cards that is spectacular. Look at that. Look at her dress. Look at what can get here. So there's like something that must be planned for the long term. There's like some kind of abundance that comes and awaits you, right? You need to be proud in everything that so far you have acquired. If you haven't done your journal yet, please do. Just if you cannot have a completely new notebook just for yourself and nobody but you reads that, just you, this is like your own thing. And write in there everything that you're really proud of. Doesn't have to be big proclamation, I finished university, or I don't know, like I bought a car, I bought a house. That's again worshiping the money god. How about I went out of the car because an old lady couldn't get into the store and I held the door open, or I carried her groceries. How about I really didn't want to do anything on the weekend. My neighbor asked me to pet sit their dog. And actually, guess what? I had a good time. The dog kind of like pushed me into another world of being playful, being again like a child. This is talking about spreading your wings, showing yourself in your biggest possible glory, showing that there are like different ways. I don't know if you can see here, it's basically the banner that flows, but almost looks like a measuring tape. You need to get out of the world where you are measured by some kind of metrics, by some kind of like performance. Like you need to find that inner fire inside of you that combusts and that wants to burn, that wants to move forward. Very important. And this is getting us to the destiny. And the destiny for you is not to start all over, because this is coming reversed. It's not the opportunity that is coming over, because maybe this is what you have been waiting all your life. Maybe right now you need to kind of like figure out things that you have already done that you or somebody else didn't acknowledge sufficiently, that they're not giving you like that echo that you thought the glory or something is going to bring it to you. But guess what? You didn't have a measuring stick, a staff, according to which one this has to be measured. And now you have to release that old staff and get the new measuring stick, which is only toward being a good person, like just playing by whatever your higher self wants to do. It is really time to begin again, but begin something that has already done, something that is on a back burner, something that is in the past, something that maybe didn't even work, something that you talked yourself into. Oh, I'm not good enough, I just cannot do it, I won't do it, other people told me not to do it, my teacher told me I'm not good enough, my mom, my father, my friends, my boyfriend. No more excuses. This is what you're burning down. Those excuses, this feeling of inadequacy, this feeling of, like people just like crapping on you. No more. Now it is time for you. Now it is time to light this fire and move forward. Thank you very much for joining my channel. Thank you very much for being here and listening to these messages. And it was my pleasure to serve these universal and celestial messages to you. Namaste. I love you.